Morning students, my name is Jalak Prajapati and today we will continue the previous lecture. So, the walls between the atria and ventricles are connected to the inner walls of the heart by tough tendons. So, inside of the heart, there are a structure is situated which is called as tendons. So, the valves which are situated in atria and ventricles, they are connected between each others. They are connected with each other by tendons. The tendons allow the valves to close and hold the valve flaps in place. They prevent the valves from flipping up and turning inside out. So the tendons which are situated inside the heart, they help the valves in closure and they hold the valve flaps in particular place. They are also taking care of the valves in the form of that the valves are not flipping and they are not turning in any side of the heart. So in this figure, in first figure the valve is open and in this second figure the valve is closed. A valve acts like a door that only opens in one direction. So the valve is like a door. It only opens in only one direction. Means the valve only opens in one side only, either upside or either downside. In the heart, the tendons holding the valve are like the arm holding the door. One end of each tendon is fixed to the wall of the heart, and so the valve can only open in one direction. So the valve is the tendon helps the valve to open only in one direction, and the tendons acts like an arm. The heart can pump blood because it is made up of muscle. So the heart, the middle layer of the heart, myocardium, is the cardiac muscle. So because of that muscle, the heart can pump the blood through to whole body. Muscle tissue work by contracting and relaxing. So muscle tissue works in muscle tissue contraction and relaxation occurs. All the parts of the heart on either side work together in a repeated sequence. So all the parts of the heart, like two atriums and two ventricles, they four parts of the heart work together in a particular manner. The two atria contract and relax, then two ventricles contract and relax. So first of all, contraction of the atrium is occurred, and then after contraction of atrium and relaxation, the ventricles relaxation and contraction starts. This is how blood moves through the heart and is pumped to the lungs and the body. So in this manner the blood moves inside the heart and it is then pumped throughout the body and lungs. One complete sequence of contraction and relaxation is called heartbeat. After completing one contraction and one relaxation, the whole sequence is called as heartbeat. As blood moves through the circulatory system, it moves through three types of blood vessels. So inside our body and heart, there are three types of blood vessels situated in heart: arteries, capillaries and vein. So arteries carry the blood away from the heart. Capillaries link arterioles and veins. So capillaries is the link between, means it connects arteries and veins together, and veins carry blood towards the heart. So first of all we will see about the arteries. Large vessels carry blood from heart to tissue of body. So arteries are the largest vessels of our body, and they carry blood from heart to our each type of tissues of the body. They carry oxygen rich blood. So the arteries only carry oxygenated blood with exception of pulmonary arteries. So except pulmonary artery, all the arteries which are situated in our body circulates oxygenated blood, and thick walls need to withstand pressure produced when heart pushes blood into them. That means the walls of the arteries are thick, so the pressure of blood in the arteries are more as compared to veins. Next we will see about capillaries. They are the smallest blood vessels of our body and their walls are only one cell thick and very narrow. So the walls of the capillaries are very narrow and it is very thin. Important for bringing nutrients and oxygen to tissue and absorbing CO2 and other waste products. So capillaries brings nutrients and oxygen to tissue. That means they provide oxygen and necessary nutrients to the tissue, and they help in absorbing carbon dioxide and other waste products. Next is veins. Once blood has passed through the capillary system, it must be returned to the heart, done by veins. So arteries provide their oxygenated blood to capillaries and tissues, and the deoxygenated blood then transferred to the veins and they return to the heart to purify. Walls contains connective tissue and smooth muscles. So walls of the veins are made by connective tissue and smooth muscle. Largest vein contains one-way valves that keep blood flowing toward heart. So the veins, inside the vein there is valve situated, so it prevents backflow of the blood. Many found near skeletal muscles. So many veins which have valves inside them, they found near the skeletal muscles. When muscles contract, blood is forced through the veins. So this is the figure of the arteries, veins and capillaries. The artery contains oxygenated blood and the inside of the artery inner layer is made up of endothelium, the middle layer is made up of smooth muscle and the outer layer of the artery is made up of connective tissue. So this is the artery, and artery contains oxygenated blood and the branches of the arteries is called as arterioles. So artery carries oxygenated blood and the branches is called as arterioles, and these are the capillaries, and the capillaries help the tissue in providing oxygen to the tissue, and they carry carbon dioxide in back, and they also provide uh, deoxygenated blood to the veins. This is the structure of the vein, and the inner side of the veins are made up of endothelium, middle layer is made up of smooth muscle and outer layer is made up of connective tissue, and there is a valve situated inside the vein. So the vein is carrying deoxygenated blood and the branches of the veins is called as venules.